Hello everyone, and welcome to the Natural Grocers Nutrition Education presentation. We are pleased today to introduce Amanda Elise Love. Amanda is a registered holistic nutritionist. Welcome, Amanda.
Thank you. How to get a good night's sleep with fibromyalgia. Hello everyone, my name is Amanda Elise Love and I'm a registered holistic nutritionist who specializes in fibromyalgia. I have a coaching business called Amanda Elise Love and I'm so excited you're here today. Today we're going to talk about ways to get a good night's sleep if you have fibromyalgia. First, I'd like to share a little my own story. I grew up as a child being sick about every 4 to 6 weeks. I was constantly put on antibiotics. By the time I turned 20, I was crashing all the time and in a ton of pain. Eventually, I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia at one of the top rheumatology clinics in Mesa, Arizona. That started the roller coaster of looking for answers. I tried medication, physical therapy, pain management, and so many other things. I'm sure you can all relate to this. Eventually, my grandma went to a wellness talk by a wellness chiropractor named Dr. Khan. He did stool, saliva, and food sensitivity testing. I found out that I had 2 genes that predisposed me to gluten sensitivity. I also found out that I have high sensitivities to soy, eggs, and dairy. I did the elimination diet, and that is one of the ways I got better. As my health started to improve, I decided to go into the field of nutrition and become a registered holistic nutritionist, specifically working with those with fibromyalgia. If this is you, I don't want you to struggle anymore. What exactly is fibromyalgia? Fibromyalgia is the name given to describe a group of symptoms which includes low energy, pain, brain fog, low moods, sleepiness, and restless leg syndrome. These symptoms all come under the banner of fibromyalgia. One of the first things you notice with fibromyalgia is that it's difficult to get a good night's sleep. I'm going to share some ways to achieve that today. Do you wake up feeling like you've been hit by a truck? Or do you have trouble falling asleep? Or do you only get a few hours of sleep each night? Or is it all of the above? I'm here to tell you that you can get your sleep back. I created this talk because sleep issues are the #1 complaint I hear from my clients who suffer with fibromyalgia. Sleep problems seem to be rampant. What bothers me the most is that for some reason, we've come to the conclusion that it's normal to be tired. That is just a side effect of having fibromyalgia. I want you to know that if you're struggling with poor sleep, which I'm assuming you are, because that's why you're here today, that it absolutely can get better. I'm going to share as much as I can in the time we have today. And for those of you who are really action takers and want to have my personal help, I'll be sharing a way to get that too. But no matter what, you can use this information right away to create change so you can regain your sleep for good. So first off, let's talk about what happens when you don't get enough sleep. Before my clients worked with me, they report that they wake up and begrudgingly drag themselves out of bed and use coffee to make it through the morning. As the day progresses, they find they get stressed easily and they feel overwhelmed by everything they have to do. They might lose their patience with their family and have a hard time getting things done. All of this leads them to feeling down about any number of things in their life. As they head into the afternoon, their low energy and down blue feelings cause them to crave sweets, carbs, and more caffeine to give them an emotional and physical boost. But then eating those foods puts them on a roller coaster of high and low energy. They get hungrier, they feel heavier and bloated, and this starts them on a downward spiral of feeling even more fatigued and feeling bad about themselves. They feel stuck and in a rut. Are you able to relate to feeling like this? Now imagine what could happen if you were able to fall asleep and stay asleep. You would be able to handle stress better. You would be more patient with yourself and everyone in your life. You would think more clearly, be more productive, and you would be able to enjoy your life and have the energy to do the things you really want to do instead of just getting by. Think about all that would mean for you. Think about how much happier you could be. It's important to realize and connect to the fact that your sleep affects the quality of your entire life. Let's take a closer look at exactly what I'm going to be sharing with you today. What happens when we don't get enough sleep? How to create a safe sleeping location. What role does melatonin play in sleep? The foods that are the top sleeping offenders, the foods that benefit sleep, and how dehydration affects your sleep. Let's start by talking about what happens if you're not getting that deep restorative sleep. You have more pain and inflammation. Your pain threshold goes way down. Your pain is magnified and your metabolism goes down. You might start gaining weight. Brain fog starts to show up. You get exhausted. IBS and restless leg syndrome are also connected to poor sleep. So how can we get to sleep and stay asleep? Melatonin is a key player in sleep. The pineal gland, which is located at the base of our brain, regulates our sleep by releasing melatonin. Higher levels of melatonin helps us to sleep. If you have normal melatonin levels in your body, then the levels begin to rise in the mid to late evening and remain high for most of the night, and then begin to decrease in the early morning hours. Melatonin also protects our immune system, which is under attack from various infections in times of stress. So how can we maximize these higher levels of melatonin in order to fall asleep and stay asleep? We need to create a safe sleeping location. How do we create a safe sleeping location? First off, you need to create a dark room to sleep in. Light, whether natural light or blue light, the light coming from your computer or cell phone, affects the production of melatonin. Any light that hits your skin gives a message to your red blood cells that it's daylight. In response, the red blood cells reduce the production of melatonin. So if you're sleeping in a room that is not completely dark, you may not be getting that deep restorative sleep that you need. My first suggestion would be to get blackout curtains for your bedroom. This will reduce any light coming from outside your room. You will also need to black out any blue light that might still be in your room. Blue light from electronics actually decrease melatonin by breaking it down, which causes you to wake up. If you're getting that blue light, especially 2 hours before bedtime, it's not good because it's tricking your pineal gland into thinking it's morning. Therefore, you don't enter into that deep restorative sleep that you need to feel healthy. For the computer, there's a software available called Flux, which adjusts the color temperature of the computer screen according to location and time of day. The program is designed to reduce eye strain during nighttime use, helping reduce disruption of sleep patterns. For your cell phone, there's a night mode, which automatically adjusts the colors of the displays to the warmer end of the spectrum, which is easier on your eyes. This is important as you get closer to bedtime. Also, try not to have the phone by your head or in the bedroom while you're sleeping. If you do need to use it as an alarm, make sure you put it on airplane mode. Another great idea is to get amber glasses. These are similar to sunglasses and you can put them on when the sun goes down, and it will effectively block the blue light without darkening your vision. It's important to block blue light 2 hours before bedtime. These glasses absorb the blue light as well as other stimulating light, but still allow you to see clearly for normal activities such as working on the computer, reading, or watching TV. Besides having a dark room for sleep, it's also important to have a cold room. And for those of you who run hot at night, you might also consider buying a chili pad for your bed. This is a game changer. By maintaining a cool body temperature during the night, you will be less prone to wake up. Other benefits of a cold room. Number one, it triggers the release, production of melatonin. Two, it promotes long life. And three, it helps with metabolic illnesses. Now let's take a look at the foods that aren't good for getting that deep restorative sleep. Bacon. Bacon. What isn't improved by the addition of this fragrant, crisp strip of goodness? Well, your sleeps, for starters. Like aged cheese, bacon and other cured meats, including sausage, bologna, pastrami, corned beef, and ham, it contains hefty doses of tryptophan, an amino acid that triggers your brain into alertness, not relaxation. Better choice if you want a crisp, salty snack before bedtime. Pop up some popcorn, but leave out the excess salt and butter. Cheesy pizza. This takes longer to digest as it's high in fat, and of course, we all know it's fried. It can also cause discomfort that interferes with sleep. Ice cream. This is a favorite food for a lot of people at night. No matter if you're stick to just one serving, and who does, it doesn't help you sleep. It's very high in sugar, which spikes your insulin levels, and research has shown that high insulin levels make it difficult to fall asleep. Tacos. When you have a taco with hot sauce, your taste buds will be tingling. Unfortunately, it's not great to eat a few hours before bedtime because it causes a bad case of heartburn and a restless night of sleep. Ditto for other spicy foods. Too much food. Now, I'm not saying you should go to sleep starving. This creates its own problems like depleting your lean muscle storage. If you eat a large meal right before bedtime, your body is working hard to digest it long into the night. If your body is still worked up, so are you. Broccoli. We all know it's a nutritional powerhouse, but the problem is that it's full of fiber, which is slow to digest. This will keep your body working hard at night instead of resting. Broccoli and its relatives, cauliflower and Brussels sprouts, also contain an digestible sugar that will produce large amounts of gas. Peppermints. Forget about the mints after dinner. As you know, mint has a lot of health benefits, but sleeping is not one of them. You might have it after dinner to freshen your breath. You might have it in tea, thinking this will help soothe you. It's actually known to be a heartburn trigger, so make sure to stay away from it before bedtime. Foods that help with sleep. You should be eating kale and other dark leafy greens with your dinner if you're not already doing that. Kale will give you plenty of fiber and probiotics, which help keep your colon clean. Just like spinach, they are packed with calcium, which helps your body produce sleep-inducing melatonin. Because leafy greens are so full of slow digesting fiber, I recommend having it 3 hours before bedtime so it moves through your system before shutting your eyes. Avoid it if you're planning to go to bed right after snacking. Almonds. Out of all the nuts, they are deemed to be the best to help you sleep. They are high in calcium and magnesium, and these work together to calm the body and relax the muscles. Calcium plays its role by helping the brain convert the amino acid tryptophan into sleep-inducing melatonin. Lentils. If you don't know this, this is a superfood that is rich in magnesium, a mineral that plays a key role in sleep. It's also a good source of potassium and protein to help you sleep through the night. It is high in fiber and low in fat. Pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds are packed with a variety of essential nutrients. Pair with a small piece of carb-rich fruit with your pumpkin seed snack to help the sleep the sleep-inducing nutrients reach your brain. Kiwi. It's a very nutritious fruit. The sleep-promoting effects of kiwis are sometimes attributed to serotonin. Serotonin is a brain chemical that helps regulate your sleep cycle. Eating 1 to 2 medium kiwis before bed may help you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. Poultry. Chicken or turkey has tryptophan. Tryptophan helps your body make serotonin, a relaxing mood hormone, which then helps your body make melatonin, a hormone that controls the sleep cycle. Cherries. Cherries have been known to fight insomnia and promote a better night's sleep. This popular fruit naturally contains tryptophan and adenosine, 2 compounds that aid the body in producing melatonin, the hormone responsible for regulating the sleep cycle. Now let's talk about dehydration. Dehydration plays a critical role in fibromyalgia symptoms and sleep. Most people, dehydration reduces the neurotransmitter serotonin. A reduction in serotonin is linked with increased pain, insomnia, and depression. Most people suffering with fibromyalgia are borderline dehydrated because of the supplements and medications that they take. This illness is causing their muscles to cry out for nourishment. People with fibromyalgia can also get dangerously dehydrated very quickly and don't recognize that their headache is a sign of dehydration because they have headaches all the time. For fibromyalgia patients, dehydration can increase pain, make it difficult to lose weight or even put weight on, and cause hormones to go out of balance and more. It also affects your energy level throughout the day. The average human body is 80% water and the muscles are 75% water. Water is the most abundant nutrient in the body, along with being the most important. Nearly all body functions are about fluid balance, and even small changes in fluid balance can affect our performance in daily life if this fluid is not replaced. Okay, so now the burning question that comes up is, how much water do you need? I'm going to share a simple calculation you can do. You take your weight and divide it in half, and that is the number of ounces you should aim for each day. So for example, for someone who weighs 150 pounds, you divide it in half, that's 75, which means that person needs 75 ounces. That's about 9 cups a day. Water intake needs do vary based on your level of exercise, climate, and other lifestyle factors, but this will give you a good starting point. Don't worry if you don't feel like you need water right now. Once you start drinking more water, your thirst mechanism will get stronger. Your body will actually remember that it needs it, and you'll start to crave it more, which will make it easier to drink water because your thirst will be your reminder. Don't worry if you're getting up to use the bathroom a lot. Your bladder will get used to drinking more water, so be patient with it in the beginning. Other tip, don't wait till you're thirsty to start drinking water. Once you're thirsty, you're already dehydrated. And don't stop drinking just because you don't feel thirsty anymore. The thirsty feeling goes away before you're fully rehydrated. To get your water in, it doesn't have to be plain from the tap water. Make a cup or even a whole pot of herbal or decaffeinated tea. This counts as water. You could drink this hot or cold. You could sweeten your tea with stevia, a completely natural calorie-free sweetener, or make your own healthy lemonade using water, a little lemon juice, and stevia. Put a slice of fruit in it, strawberry, blueberries, orange, lemon, or lime. It could transform a plain glass of water. You can make a whole pitcher like this. Put a tea bag in a pitcher of water and let it flavor your water. I love herbal fruity teas like raspberry. Now, to end this presentation, I want you to all think about why you want to get better. Is it for yourself, your family? Is it both? Do you want to be fully present in your life, enjoy life again? Your why is going to be the big reason why you will do what it takes to get well. This is my niece, Amelia. She's now 18 months old. I didn't know I would have a niece when I was first diagnosed with fibromyalgia at the age of 20 years old, which was over 10 years ago. I just knew I had to get better for myself and my family. Last month, I was able to play and run around with Amelia and push her in a toy car. I didn't have to worry about the pain or not having the energy or stamina to keep up with her. What would that mean for you if you didn't have pain, fatigue, sleep issues, or more? Could you play with your children or your grandchildren? I hope you thought of what it would mean if you were out of the pain, fatigue, and able to get more sleep. Would you like to discover the answers through supplements, lifestyle changes, accountability, and healthy food choices? Schedule your free 30-minute phone call this week through my website, www.amandaliselove.com. We could discuss your fibromyalgia journey, what your needs and challenges are, and also talk about your next steps to getting well. My social media for everything is also Amanda Elise Love. Your health is more in your hands than you think, and I hope you enjoyed this presentation.
Thank you so much, Amanda, and thank you everyone for attending today. Please be sure to subscribe to Natural Grocers channel and look for more presentations from Natural Grocers in the next coming weeks. Thank you and good night.